Shit. All right. What's up, guys? Chris here. So I noticed that I haven't been posting a lot of videos on the channel, right? And that's because I'm spending most of my time streaming, and I'm dedicating most of my time, when I'm gaming to my Minecraft server. One thing that I do though, in my free time where I'm not streaming and I'm not doing homework, I'm not doing anything like that, is that I'm playing game battles still. And a lot of you guys who watch these videos, or who watch my stream rather, because most of you guys are watching the streams, not really the YouTube, um, have followed me because of Call of Duty, right? So I want to kind of post little vlogs of what's been going on with the Call of Duty stuff, and kind of make this channel more geared towards that, because I have a Minecraft channel, I have other channels for different things, and I have a lot of other stuff going on in my life. But this is kind of going to be the place, and has always been the place, where I can go back and make Call of Duty videos. So as I post some stream highlights or some just gameplay footage on the channel, I also want to upload these videos of just me talking about kind of the behind the scenes stuff with our team, as how we play, and the way I see kind of Black Ops 3 progressing in the competitive scene, not with the pros necessarily, because I haven't been following the pros a whole lot, but with us as a team. So right now, we have a group of about 6 guys or so, more or less, um, who are pretty strong. And what it's looking like is, and I want to put this in a way that like the other guys would totally agree with what I'm saying. So the way it looks right now is that, typically we play search and destroy only. That's what most teams play, right, on game battles. I like variant, I do, but we don't really have like a whole lot of time, or some of us have more time than others, or some of us have time at different parts of the day. Bottom line is, we just don't have the time as a team to play variant and practice variant and become really good at it. And we're happy with search. We're doing well, so we're going to stick to it. I think that's pretty much, everyone agrees with that. We have me as an assault rifle, kind of like, on maps like, even though tonight, I'll get into what we did tonight. Even though tonight wasn't a good example, typically I'm kind of that M8, almost like an anchor role, where I'm looking at big lanes, I'm looking at the general movement of the other team. So I'll be able to say, oh, they're going to go B, or, oh, I just saw them rotate to A. Because I'm kind of staying back and looking at the general movements. Even if I'm not able to get those long picks, I can still see where they are. You know what I mean? If it's like I just see a movement through a little slot. You know what I mean? And that's kind of my role. And a lot of times it works out in terms of me putting up a lot of kills. And sometimes, typically on infection, for whatever reason, I'll put up like a medium amount of kills, or even a low amount of kills. But you know, the team balances itself out because we have other people in different roles, and I'll get into that in a sec. So, you have me in that assault rifle kind of role, and then you have, as Diego probably would be the other, like really, really strong, pointed, like, player. When I say pointed, I mean like, with me, I only use the M8. I literally do not pull out anything else. Occasionally, I'll pull out a VMP if I think the situation calls for it, and occasionally I'll use an M8 with a sniper, overkill. So pointed in the sense that they stick to one thing a lot, and I think Diego is my opposite on that, and he uses the SMG, the VMP. This is Sparking Fury. If you guys know the gamer tag from the stream or anything like that, he also streams. He's like that very strong VMP. I'm gonna, get in their face personality. The thing about him though that sets him apart from someone like Kevin, is that Diego, instead of being like the I'm gonna take bomb and force it into sight, he's like, he rushes, but doesn't like force, like it's hard to say. You have to kind of just understand how he plays. For example, let's say it's defense, right, on Fringe. He'll go to B-bomb, but instead of like running out, tossing pre-stuns, and doing a jump shot to try to pick off the rush, he'll lay down somewhere, or like throw a thermite and then watch another way and just sit there and wait. So while he plays very aggressive, he he kind of is really good at adjusting, like, let me run really fast and then let me stop and wait and just look at a door. So he's very good at kind of creating that really sharp contrast in what he's doing, which is good for throwing the other team off balance because they don't know if he's going to jump out and shoot them or just wait and watch a doorway, because he's very, that is one thing he's very, very good at, like immediately stopping his momentum and reversing it to really trick the other team. Kevin kind of complements him in the fact that Kevin has, with the exception of maybe me, he has like probably about the same game battles experience as me. So that's one thing that Diego has developed in this game and has gotten really strong. But it's something that players like me and Kevin can bring to the table, and Diego can then feed off of that and learn from it, and which he has done a great job of so far. So Kevin is kind of like that other SMG, but he's, he brings like that kind of like sense of, he just kind of knows, like me, like when I'm playing with Kevin, we kind of like feel what each other are doing. With Diego, it's something that we kind of had to build up to get to that point. And now we're in a position where we're winning nearly all of our game battles matches. So it's kind of cool the way they complement each other with the SMGs, both very good at communicating. I think Kevin is probably one of the stronger players in terms of calling out and communicating on the team. So the thing is, I said we had like 6 guys, right? So you got Paxel, you got Swagger, and you got Lupo. Lupo is a hot mess. He's the kind of kid who has gun skill, but he'll do some stupid stuff and get himself like he'll get, like, let's say it's a 1v4, he'll get 3 kills and then just jump out and get killed by the last guy. Like, he'll just do dumb things like that. But in his own sense, he has some skill and he's come a long way. He used to be really terrible, but now he's respectable, I guess. As a competitive player, he can put up kills. He can hang in the general like GB community. Like he has some good games to show. Then you got Swagger, who is like, he has a really good like mental game in terms of like playing as a team, but he still has a lot to learn in terms of really being an explosive player. He's someone who, like, let's say you're comparing it to like a basketball team. He's like he's like a guard in the sense that like he understands the game. He knows what his team needs to do in order to execute the plays, but he's like more of like a mental point guard, let's say, as opposed to like an explosive point guard. Let's say somebody like Curry, who's just pulling these plays that are just unreal, He hasn't really quite gotten there yet. He's had some plays here and there, but he's a really, he's more of like, he understands the cohesiveness that needs to be accomplished as part of the team. And he's really good in the sense that, me, Kevin, and Diego could be thinking one way, and Ryan, kind of the Swagger, could kind of reel us back in and say, wait, like, this is how I see it. And a lot of times he thinks differently than we do, which is good because he kind of puts some perspective on things and allows us to think about things differently. And that's what kind of he brings to the table. And we all have things to work on. And I think I speak for everybody when I say that Ryan's one thing that he needs to work on is that explosiveness against good experienced teams. The ability to just slide, jump, pop, turn around, aim at a corner, pop, be able to really explosively predict where people are coming from and then execute at that high level of like reaction time. That's his kind of area where he needs to work on, which he's improved a lot. Like, in the same sense that Lupo has improved a lot, Ryan has also improved a lot. However, Ryan is more, he's got that mental game there. So that's what really makes him stand out above Lupo at the moment. They both have things they need to work on, but Ryan has kind of been a more steady role on our team, which is kind of, good for him, I guess. So he's kind of like usually filling up that 4 spot. And then, of course, we got Pax, who brings that other strong M8 presence to the team, which is, I really like to play with Pax because if we play with Ryan, then it forces Kevin, since Ryan's a predominantly SMG player, it kind of forces Kevin to play M8 with me and, lock down lanes with me, which is good. Me and Kevin jive really well together. But with Pax, like me, Kevin, and Pax used to be a team back in Modern Warfare 2. So when you bring in Pax to the equation, Kevin used to be like the rusher, and me and Pax would rock the ARs. And then Kevin could, go back and forth. And that's the thing about Kevin. He's an extremely versatile player. easily one of the best players I've ever teamed with. And, I mean, Diego is becoming right up there too, but the thing is, like, the thing about Diego is this is like the first COD we really played together a lot. So, um, Kevin, he's been outstanding going far back as like '09, 2010, you know what I mean? Like around that time. So, I mean, these are two really incredible players. Pax is an amazing player. I mean, he had a really strong Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 presence, and, he's kind of getting back. He's busy, he's doing his own thing, he's up at school. But when he does play with us, he's really, the thing about him is he's brilliant, he's a really smart guy, so he picks up on things really quickly, and he's not a dummy. The issue with him, whereas Ryan, like it's almost like a similar issue with Ryan, where they both understand the mental part of the game, and because of the thing is, Joe has a lot of experience, so he knows the issues that we've had in the past, and he works to correct them. But I think he has the same issue as Ryan, where maybe he doesn't play so much, or he's still kind of like, looking for like kind of hours to play. So he needs that kind of explosiveness on a consistent basis. And I think, I didn't play with him yesterday or earlier today. The other guys did, and they told me he had some good plays, he had some mess ups. So, it's things like that. Like, to get that consistency, he just needs to play more, which I'm not worried about at all, because if he wants to play more, he'll play more. And if he wants to play the same amount he's playing now, he'll play the same amount he's playing now, and we'll be fine. But it looks like, Swagger's kind of been filling that fourth spot for us, which it's good, but we have run into some issues, especially on Redwood. Redwood, we fall apart. Fringe, we lost a map today, but the team was very good. Gun skill wise, me and Diego were putting them in a lot. Like, we both had around 11 kills, I want to say, which is good. The thing is, like, if we're facing a good team, it's usually like I don't want to. This isn't like to knock anybody, but usually, like, Diego and myself will put up a good amount of kills, and then it relies on, like, Swaggers can, like I said, because of that explosiveness that he needs to kind of learn and really perfect, he tends to struggle against good teams. Not like dropping breadsticks, but like, 4, 5, maybe 6 kills. And this isn't all the time. This is just like, I would say, more than half of the time against good teams. And he's had his moments where he's done really well against good teams, but like today, he had, I think, maybe 3 or 4 kills against that good team that we played on Fringe. Diego and I had like 11. And really what it comes down to when we play good teams is we know Ryan's going to go somewhere between 4 or 6. It comes down to how well does Kevin do. And I think Kevin's in a position where he wants to play more, and he has been playing more. But he's still in that kind of spot where, he'll put up games where he's dropping 10 bombs, 12 bombs, just like he's up there, even above me and Diego a lot of the time. But then he'll have those games where I think maybe because he plays kind of like the same way Swagger does, it's like he might, not the same way Swagger does, but like he might be in the same half of the map with Swagger. So, if Swagger gets picked by, then it leaves Kevin in a bad situation, and he'll have kind of an game where he'll drop 4 kills, 5 kills. So if it's like me and Diego with 11 and then Kevin with 5, Swagger with 4, against a good team, we can't afford those, few kills that we should have had. So it gets to be in that situation a lot. One thing that I do notice, though, is that when I do poorly, Kevin and Diego are usually dropping like 10 kills each. Swagger is the thing. Okay, here's the thing about Swagger, and I'll finish the video with this. When Swagger drops the most kills, when he's top frag, he'll have like 12 kills, and then it's like the rest of us with like 3. And we're just sitting there like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how this kid gets killed. Like, Ryan will get like a 15 bomb against like the worst team you've ever seen, and we're just sitting there like, I don't know. That's kind of what's on my mind right now. Trust me, if one of the other guys was here, they would have a lot to say about me, probably in both positive and negative ways. I don't know. I don't want to talk about myself too much. I kind of did in the beginning. I don't want to say positives or negatives any further for myself, because, I'll leave that to the other guys. I'll leave Diego to make a video about that. But that's the situation with the team right now. We're looking good. We're currently sitting on the team ladder at about 31-6. I feel responsible for like a good like half of those losses, because, or not single-handedly responsible, but I definitely played a role because, I logged on today. I didn't play at the top of my game on Redwood. Granted, we do struggle on Redwood, but I probably could have played better. I could have made some different decisions, and it was just a rough map. We lost. Fringe, we lost. Even though I was feeling pretty good at that point in the day, but I don't know, man. I mean, I like to think that we do well when I'm playing with the team, but we had a little bit of a struggle tonight. So hopefully we can come back tomorrow morning at you and turn things around. Maybe I'll come out with a gameplay tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow night. I'll make a quick video, or Saturday night I'll make a quick video to let you guys know how everything went. So that's it. I'm not gonna edit this whatsoever. I'm just gonna leave it like this. If you guys like this kind of format of just me straight up talking about the team and stuff, let me know. And I'm thinking, here's the thing, I want to make strat videos and stuff, but I just really, really don't have a lot of time right now between school, girlfriend, Call of Duty, Minecraft server, work. Pfft, I'm busy, man. It's not cool, but I'm going to get some sleep. We got matches to run in 7.5 hours, so I'm going to go do that. But let me get some rest, and I'll talk to you guys later. This has been Chris from the LAN Party. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys later. Peace.